I thank the gentleman. Houston is the fourth most populous city in the country, but unlike other large cities, we have struggled to have an effective mass transit system. 10 years ago, Houston had only buses. Wider highways were always the solution for transportation. Over the past decade, Houston has built one light rail. It averages 36,000 weekly boardings. I have never been a strong champion of light rail, but my congressional district includes a significant portion of the proposed rail line in Section 166, the University Rail Line, which would go from downtown Houston toward the Hillcroft Transit Center. A majority of my constituents in the affected area that would be served support the light rail. I am concerned that Section 166 of the bill that would prohibit federal funds from going toward a part of the university line that falls in the neighboring congressional district, Mr. Culberson's district, number 7. This language, although affecting his district primarily, indirectly affects my constituents because it has the effect of really killing the whole project. Federal funds are needed to build the university line in Houston. To be clear, Section 166 really doesn't save any federal money. It just sends those funds somewhere else, maybe to New York City. If we're going to spend the money, let's keep the money in Texas and put Texans to work. I've recently surveyed the constituents who live in the affected area in my congressional district, and my office went door to door meeting with local businesses over the last few days, speaking with organizations and talking to constituents. Those in the affected area want light rail. On Facebook alone in the last 2 days, 604 people supported light rail and 340 opposed it. One Houstonian commented, "Houston needs a viable east-west transit corridor to connect to the Main Street line." As a 23-year-old young Houstonian, I strongly support the Richmond Rail and project for Houston's future. At least 26 community and civic organizations support the university line, and I ask unanimous consent to put into the record the 26 numerous organizations that support the light rail line that we are talking about.
The gentleman's request will be covered by General Leaf.
I thank the gentleman. At this time, I will yield to the gentleman of the sponsoring of Section 166 in the bill, Mr. Culberson, for a colloquy.
Thank you, Judge Poe. Of course, we'll continue to work with you and the committee. As I always have, I'll continue to support the will of the voters, as I have always supported federal funding for those rail lines that have been approved by the voters. And I look forward to continuing to work with you and my colleagues for the Houston area, as I have with Congressman Gene Green and Sheila Jackson Lee, to support those lines in their district that were on the ballot and were approved by voters.
I understand the gentleman's position and the concerns from my colleague and his constituents who really don't want the your congressional district. I respect that representation, and also the gentleman understands that we have a disagreement as to what constituents want in the affected area. Your constituents don't want the rail. That small section in mine do want the rail. I hope we can work together with Metro productively to get something built that is in the interest of all concerned. I'll yield back to the gentleman.
Thank you. I look forward to working with the gentleman.
Well, I thank the gentleman for his offer to work together. I certainly respect his position. It's my hope we can move forward and we can work productively and really not block federal funds that are coming to the Houston area that would go somewhere else. Let's work together with Metro, the City of Houston, the Mayor's office, and the residents along the entire proposed line, see if we can find a solution that we all agree on, and hopefully we can keep this money in Texas. And I will yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields back.